Hi everybody, it's Willie's American Guitars and I'm doing a quick video on ES model guitars. The ES 125 is probably one of Gibson's most popular guitars. They probably made more of these than any other guitar they did during the 50s, including the Les Paul Juniors. And the reasons these were so popular is because they're hollow body, so you can play them sitting in your lap. And also, in the 50s, the solid body guitar was still new technology. Not everybody went for solid body guitars. A lot of people stuck their nose up about the solid body guitar in the 50s, having been invented basically in 1950. Even the manufacturers weren't sure how long the solid body would last because they just don't sound like that. So I'm running through right now this Magnetone, which is a dual speaker panoramic stereo. Now, panoramic stereo means that the speakers are going to rotate when you have this beautiful rotating effect on. That, my friends, is gorgeous. Now this particular one, this is a 1953. It has still a slightly tapered headstock where it's skinny here and fat there. That is discontinued by 53, certainly by 54. You don't see that, especially on lower end. This might even be a 52. It's hard to say because we can't read the numbers on the inside. It also has these taller knobs. There's a lot of glass up there between the gold on here. These tall knobs are original to this guitar. Most people would change from these wooden bridges, but if you want that smooth, sweet jazz sound, you want that original Brazilian rosewood bridge. Just gorgeous. And of course you can turn this into a blues guitar too. They do growl really well. These P90s are famous for that. And Brazilian rosewood board. The body is made out of old wood. You can see this gorgeous yellowed lacquer. Those lacquers, without any plasticizers, mark my words, will become more and more interest to people because people don't want the rubbery lacquer. They want the lacquer that kind of breaks up and breathes, the cotton-based lacquer. And that's why you buy an old guitar, for the wood. It's all about the wood, baby. So, I'm going to unplug that really quick. Then, what really became kind of a problem is feedback. And about 1956, just before the ES 335s came around, they did come up with this thinner body. And you can see it's quite a bit. This is an ES 125T for thin and a thinner body. This does not have the tapered headstock. It does not have the taller knobs. This is about a 62. And these came about 1956, and they made these really all through the 60s, even up into the mid-70s as something. And the reason you'd have the thinner body is because when you plug it into an amplifier, it doesn't feed back. And this one has its original case. It's really clean. To be honest, these are student guitars. Not too many people went out and wore long dog leash guitar straps and rock and rolled on them. They come pretty clean, but this one is exceptionally clean. There is no finish checking. There's no real buckle wear. It's clean on the back. The original nickel cloisons, and this is a. This won't have as big a bass. Gorgeous, really. They're great guitars, and they do break up really well. The thinner body is kind of handy if you want to do mostly playing, not just on your lap, which they're not as loud as that one, but they do function well for playing around the house and on the lap. And let's face it, you're probably going to do most of your playing on these that way. Now, last, this also is a very clean 120. Now, when these came out, the 125 was $125 in the late 40s. They kept the name on even though the price went up. However, in 1962, when these came out, they were $120. The year they came out, many times Gibson would just use the price in the name. They didn't have to think up a name. So these 120s have a Melody Maker pickup. That is a much thinner pickup. So with a thinner pickup, you have a thinner, more focused magnetic field. You have a little less bass response and a little more brightness, a little more treble. Slightly out of tune, brand new strings. Sorry about that. These are great guitars because they're affordable, but you still get the Brazilian rosewood bits. You still get lacquer that has no plasticizers. You still get old wood, this big, round, fat, true mahogany neck, and these are great buys right now. So all of these run in that $200 to $2,500 zone, and they are going up in value as the prices of other guitars are going up. But at that, Gibson couldn't make this guitar for that much. If you added a Brazilian rosewood board onto anything, that's going to be at least $1,000 if you could get it, let alone a Brazilian bridge, pickups with these old magnetics, the type of finish they used. If they really did nail it and not just use some CNC machine, but made a guitar like this would be a very expensive guitar. So these represent a really good vintage bargain. These are vintage bargains for you from us at Willie's Guitars. And come visit us. Make an appointment to come see these. Give us a call, say hello at like 3:30 Saturday to come and look at those guitars that Willie talked about. Do that. See you later.